Joseph McElhenney's murder trial is now in its final stage. The case of the Hoosick Falls man accused of killing his 4-month-old baby, Ina, is now in the hands of the jury. News 10's Steve Pacer joins us live at the Rensselaer County Courthouse with more on closing arguments and how deliberations are going. Steve.
Lisa, it was a long day here. Jurors arrived at 9 a.m. They didn't leave until about 9:20 tonight. And what's becoming clear is that the testimony from medical experts will be critical in determining whether Joseph McElhenney is guilty.
I ask you to sort through this medical evidence and determine not what's possible, but what's reasonable.
That appears to be exactly what the jury is focusing on first, requesting to hear readback testimony from 2 doctors. The doctor brought forward by the prosecution says Ina's deadly intestinal tear came from blunt force trauma caused by her father. The defense says their witnesses prove otherwise.
It's not that reasonable an inference that this was blunt force trauma. Everything he saw told you otherwise.
The defense tried raising reasonable doubt, saying the tear was caused by a medical condition known as intussusception. The prosecution, though, says Melinda McElhenney's testimony doesn't support that theory.
She wasn't vomiting. She didn't appear to be in any pain. She wasn't lifting her knees up to her stomach. She wasn't doing any of the things that were signs and symptoms that were associated with intussusception.
And while the defense told jurors Joseph McElhenney is not a monster, the prosecution had a response for the jury to ponder.
Did he kick her? Did he bash her up against something else? Or did he just squeeze her so incredibly hard, knowing he was going to hurt her, that he ruptured her intestine? And that over the course of hours, he had to have known. Because if it happened the way the prosecution claims, anybody would have known this child was in distress.
We're not claiming that he's a monster, but unfortunately, that doesn't mean he didn't hurt her.
And that was Steve Pacer reporting.